The tundra may not quite be frozen, but it's getting there as we work our way through December. The radar today, however, is clear at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. McCarthy off the play fake. Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
10 yards on the pickup. As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And that'll make it 3rd down. You look at this Packers defense. They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
1st down, Vikings.
They run with Logan, and they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So a victory here in Lambeau would give them a sweep of the season series. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Going for it. Here's McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st.
At the 35-yard line.
This is Logan. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. His defense for the Packers very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Off the option, that's complete. Touchdown! Ty Felton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Extra point attempt here still to come. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll run. Here comes the rookie from Michigan State. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's go.
They run over center with Mitchell. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now Love. That is caught. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. The Packers at 6-5 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact,
multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Yellow. Here we go. Hey, go Fury. Ready?
Love. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Yellow, blaster, 6. Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Throwing is McCarthy. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. Open man, that's Felton. And this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
We hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
This offense converted once already in this first quarter. They're going to try it again here on 4th down. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Yellow. Yellow. Ready?
Throwing. Love. Throwing the end route incomplete. It's Gallagher. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Red, 38.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Okay, ready? 22 needle. Down. Ready.
Now again, right side. Gallagher. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Come on, set. Set.
Love now. He finds his man, complete. That's Shepard.
Complete to number 17. That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Play fake. Here's Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And out of bounds right around the 20. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Let's go now. 52 blaster.
Here's Love. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. They'll run it here with Logan. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
To the air with McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Logan. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
It's a gain of 10.
Here's McCarthy. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 51 yards. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And some room to run now. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Now McCarthy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Logan. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Vikings first down.
They'll run on first down. Logan. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
McCarthy operating from the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Quick hit in here, it's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 14. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. This will be caught just inside the 10. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
2nd and 1. There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Vikings take a 3-touchdown lead. Going after right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Inside the 20. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
He finds his man, complete. It's Logan. And he'll get nothing out of that one. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now a 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Completes this to Addison out left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Addison. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
On the double.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably. And it's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Remember,
and now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Ready?
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Love from the gun. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is fielded at the 27. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it. One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
And he's got this to Jefferson. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now.
For the Vikings.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Here we go.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not, and right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Go.
To throw now. Here's Love. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd and 10.
Set.
On the draw, here's Mitchell. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Love looking to throw it. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First down. A gain of 12. First down, Vikings.
Up the middle they go. Logan. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
From the gun on third down. McCarthy. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Back to throw. McCarthy. Addison holds it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
Vikings, first down. A gain of 12. And the Vikings, first down.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Logan. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Complete. Jefferson to target. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18. 18 yards the gain for number 18. And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
3-yard line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
Here we go.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Touchdown, Vikings! Todd Felton, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And it is 42-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Ready.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And this will be a Packers first down as he gets this up past the 30.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Gallagher. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gallagher. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Right.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, Mitchell. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
This 2nd and 4.
Set.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Gallagher, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Ready.
Right back to him on first down. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8.
Set. Ready.
A give here to Mitchell. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 24.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Ready.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Ready.
Going for it, it's Mitchell. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Okay, ready? Down.
Mitchell. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Love. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. They'll try here for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
Vikings 42, Packers 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out from this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Now he's going to step up and run. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.